Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 3 minutes past the hour on this 29th day of July. It is Tell the Truth Tuesday, and welcome to hashtag Truth Be Told slash JD Live. As we get up this morning, of course, many of you know because you saw it on social media, you saw it in the news. Our prayers go out to all the victims from the Manhattan mass shooting in New York City. Um, for reasons unknown, at least not yet reported. We have four people, New York City, including a New York City police officer who was killed yesterday as an individual walked into a building with a AR style rifle and opened fire. Our prayers go out to all the victims, all the family members, all the friends of the individuals who lost their lives. Once again, senseless gun violence has broke out in an American city for reasons unknown. We talk about these things, but like it happens, it goes, and it just we just send prayers out. Time for you to get up, wake up, wake up. 4 minutes past the hour. I'm never by myself. Never, 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 no, never. When you see me, somebody else is in the building. So y'all give it up for the CEO of Pimpin' Positivity. He in the building. Miss Alethea Crimmins. Good morning, Miss Alethea. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. How are you?
It's another day. I ain't got no complaints. And since I introduced you, might as well bring in the other beautiful lady that's in the green room. I'm in here, got two women deep today. All right. Okay. Y'all give it up for my girl. You know her. She's the author, the celebrity life strategist, and the therapist. There she is. Sister Jax, good morning. How you doing, my sister?
What up, family? What up? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. You know
I,
what? It's
I didn't
crazy.
I didn't I didn't get the call, so I get it. Y'all just y'all gonna just
Orange.
pop, yeah, just gonna pop up and show them. I didn't get the call, and that's normally my color because I'm from the great state of Tennessee. But okay, that's
Yes,
what I'm
yes,
talking about.
yes.
Sometimes that energy vibe got to be out there. You just don't know nothing about it. 5 minutes past the hour. Of course, last night you and I were texting each other back and forth, Jackson.
Hmm.
Sadly, just not too very far from you, tragedy breaks loose.
Yeah. Literally just, blocks down the street. I saw some of my art therapy students on the news talking about it. There was a man who was barricaded himself in a house and used a baby as a shield.
Oh Lord.
So it was crazy, but apparently the baby ended up being safe, but everything was blocked off. It was insane, literally just blocks away from where I live. And I
Oh,
mean, even the shooting in New York is still so tragic. I was doing further, research on it, and the young man actually, I think he graduated high school in around 2016. And like we said last night, Joe, it was a brother, and he suffered from mental health issues. When they towed his BMW, they found his prescription in the car, and he was like a high school, like big time football player in high school, and he was very well loved, well liked, a nice kid apparently. And so he's in his early 20s, and he went into this building and just shot people. And once again, Joe, you're in law enforcement, as is my husband, and it's just this law enforcement officer that died, that lost his life so tragically by gun violence. He was just going to work. He
right,
was off
right.
duty, like
He,
he was
he
in off duty
he
clothes,
was
whatever.
getting paid extra duty.
Yes,
He has a child on the way,
on the way.
two children at home. He was just in uniform, protecting and serving, doing his duty. Believe it or not, when we
Hmm.
get duties like that, most of the time, and I don't know how it operates in New York City. I have never worked in New York City, but most of the times we feel like what we're doing is we're making the presence of us in a uniform make people feel safe,
Hmm. Hmm.
not knowing that this man walked in with malicious intent and off the rip killed him directly first. Soon as he walked in the door, bang, bang, bang,
Yeah,
bang, bang, dead officer. And
yeah,
that's sad that that young man at 37 years old, because 37 years old is young. I have
yes.
a child that's older. This man could have been my child. I have a child
Hmm.
older than 37.
Hmm.
And it's just sad. just sad. In the spirit of bringing in everybody, let me bring in the cleanest man I know from Miami.
Oh, shoot.
You see him. He working on the lighting, but he doing his thing. Y'all give it up for Dapper Dan himself, Brother Bowtie in the building. Good morning, Brother Bowtie.
Good morning, Brother Joe. Hope all is well.
All is well.
The beautiful Miss Jackson, the wonderful Miss Alethea. How you doing
Thank
with
you.
that
Good
sexy New
morning.
Orleans accent?
Good
Right?
morning.
So cute. She is too cute, y'all. I love this girl. Oh my gosh. She's so cute.
Yes.
So,
Nice.
Alethea, I see you got the makeover going down. It's
Yes.
hey. So let us talk about that at 8 minutes past the hour. What's going on? I see you got folks being made over. Go on, Alethea. Help these people. help them. Come here, get them.
So yeah, I do have a makeover series that is actually being filmed now. We actually filmed one yesterday. And it is called Becoming You, and it's the Glow Up Chronicles, and that stems from me, because I always thought that I had to be somebody else in order to be worthy. I had to be somebody else to be beautiful. Like I felt like I couldn't just be me. And once I started doing this self-love journey and really getting into who I was, I realized that I ain't have to be anybody else. I just had to be who I was, but I had to become me in order to see that. So a lot of women are dealing with that right now, where they feel like just being them is not enough. So my job is to show them that they are. And what makes this show different from others is that we work from the inside out. It's not just getting made over and getting clothes and all this other stuff. It's me actually sitting down, working with them, talking with them, and letting them know that this is always who you were. Like this has always been inside of you, and I'm just helping bring it out.
You are
That's
beautiful. You are girl.
That's right. Clap it up. Clap it up.
Come on, we got to give it up.
And I
That's
want
my
to
thing.
say, go ahead, slim neck, and go ahead, skinny face. Yes, my inspiration. Go ahead, girl.
Whew.
Man, she in there putting in that
I'm
work.
trying.
And you getting ready to leave. You getting ready to leave very soon for this conference down in Orlando. So you
Yeah.
know, Alethea out
I'm
there doing
leaving on
she
Thursday.
doing big things. Big
Girl,
things.
soon I'm gonna ask you for $1.
Right.
And I'm gonna give it to you. I'll be like,
Okay.
That
That's
I was
part.
right.
waiting on your talk show to start out. Just bring me on as a guest.
bruh, okay,
Exactly.
this is crazy, because this has been like manifested into my life by so many people so many times. Like I'm just waiting on God to do it, because
Yes.
it's just
Hey,
You're going to get it,
won't he?
girl.
Won't he
You
do
got
it?
it already. So you're
Won't
going
he
to get it.
do it? Won't he do it? Well, look, y'all, it's a full house on this Tell the Truth Tuesday. Let me go ahead and bring in the next man, because reading is fundamental. You need to get up and get your book. It's my man, Shy P with the Shy P Experience. Shy P, how you doing, my brother? What's happening?
What up? It's a man, Sean P, coming in live. This is the Truth Be Told Podcast. What's going on,
I'm
people?
telling you, we here in the building, y'all. Listen, 12 minutes past the hour. Once again, I don't know about y'all, but if this is making America great, I don't want us to be great no more. I went to the grocery store and I didn't feel like I was great. I really walked in there and felt like I was just being handled. I was
That's
like, wait a
right.
minute, I bought 5 items and it's what? How much is this again?
It's crazy. You know what?
We got to work
Groceries,
on my
like you said.
paycheck. I need my check to go up as much as this inflation is going up.
Yes. Yeah. Like you said last week, Joe, the light bills are going up, the water
Come
bills,
on.
everything is going up. Everything is going up. And then they try to make the little unemployment bump up a little bit, or the little what is it? Minimum wage go up. But then when everything else, inflates, what good is it?
It
Right?
The
What good is it?
unemployment line still going up too.
Yeah.
right. That part. Hold it. I want to walk in there like 803 Fresh and say, where them deals at? Because I don't see them. I
Yeah.
don't see them. I'm like, my God, can we make bacon cheap again?
Yeah,
That's what
but you
hold
know
it.
the great.
Forget Make America Great. Can we make bacon cheap again?
That's right. That's right. But look how they do it. Even with the fruits and vegetables, they're putting out all these fruits and vegetables, no seeds and stuff like that. So you can't grow your own fruits, anymore. And I mean, even in our region, like even in this country, many times we only have one type of trees that don't really bear fruit. They have it in
Mm,
a lot of the warmer climates, but that's intentional. It bears a lot of allergies. The female, trees naturally bear a lot of allergies and stuff, and pollen, that induces allergies. But in terms of us being able to grow fruit, so definitely don't eat seedless watermelon because that's definitely not the move. But if they give us all seedless watermelon, how are we gonna have seeds to make new watermelons?
I mean, at the
Right?
end of the day, they just mentioned yesterday, beef, beef, beef
Mhm.
going. For those of you who love beef, and some folks eat beef because they don't whine. They just don't eat. They they are no to the pig. So beef
Mhm.
is going up exponentially. I mean,
Mhm.
they talking about the cost of beef
It's
is
ridiculous.
skyrocketing.
Yeah.
It's skyrocketing. And
Yeah.
when you go once again, somewhere, and I just have to bring this up again. You ladies weren't known yesterday, but I got into a major debate. Well, not a major debate. I had to show a young Padawan that, don't cross the Jedi Master. But a person was trying to debate with me this weekend about there's no way you can call yourself a Democrat and say that you love God. And I'm like, but God has nor does Jesus have any political affiliation. So wait a minute. So all of a sudden you waving the banner of Christ and you're a Republican. And so of course, made me almost feel like, and I hate to say the brother's name without him being able to be on here and give a rebuttal. It's almost made me feel like I was talking back to Brother Eddie and Brother Douglas Gidry. And I was
Mhm.
like, so then instead of me going back to the old Joe, which I think was somewhat primed by, believe it or not, somebody who's going to be on next week for a week to tell us about his new podcast. But but um I came in love with this brother and with scripture and said, hold up, God never had a political affiliation. God wasn't about Democrat or Republican. God wasn't really. God was about one thing and one thing only: righteousness. God said, "I love the sinner." It says clearly in the Bible. Jesus was with the sinner, but he hated the sin. So
Mhm.
here's what I'm telling folks: we need to stop addressing people and address the behavior that's in people. Understand that you need to look at people's behavior and say, "Listen." And you just need to tell them one time. Nobody told you, you don't have to tell a grown person something 25 times. Tell
Mhm.
them one time. Hey, my friend, did you read this? Tell them where to go and leave it there and keep it moving and love them. It is love that the Bible says attracts folks. The greatest commandment is love the Lord your God with all your heart and love thy neighbor like thyself. So we got to start loving each other and
Mhm.
understand that we will agree to disagree, but we don't need to go to I declare. Remember the game we used to play with the cards?
Yes.
I
That
declare
was my
war.
game.
Man, y'all want to declare war on everybody for a disagreement. Go ahead, Sean.
But Joe, you said in love how you love thyself. What about default? They don't clear it. They don't love themselves.
That's right.
They
Facts.
don't
Yeah,
love
that's
themselves. How they gonna love you or anybody else? They don't have self love, evidently.
Mhm.
well, that seems to be the problem. A lot of folks just don't, and in these days of times like this young man, let's just be real about it. This is not a typical melanated move that you drive from Las Vegas. I want y'all to catch this.
Yeah.
Melanated folks don't normally drive from Las Vegas to New York City just
Yeah.
to walk in a building and maliciously open fire up on folk for no reason.
Mhm.
That's not
That's
like
just
us.
not normally in
Nope.
our in our persona. That just don't. When you hear something like that, you think about folks, but the last person you think about is some melanated brother.
Mhm.
So now times are changing because now, as Malcolm and Martin, and I even go back further because you read, Sean, Garvey said it. Y'all keep on taking on this colonistic mindset, y'all begin to believe then that you are no longer who you are, but you believe you are the oppressor that you hate so dearly. So then you start making oppressor moves. I don't know, did this brother lose a job? I don't know what mental issues this brother had, but all of a sudden, instead of him seeking counsel from other melanated folks who should have been there for him, this brother does what normally happens on other cultures when they lose everything, he snaps.
That's right. That's
But
right. And you
Joe,
know,
that
that's
is
right.
Then
You
he
know, Joe, I
killed
love.
himself.
Yep. Yep.
that
And you know, I
is
love. Go ahead, Alethea.
on for the longest is finally starting to be the trend now, which it shouldn't ever be a trend, but for the longest time, and in some households, it still is, especially in Black households, getting the therapy is like a bad word. Oh, therapy. Because why are you letting them people in our business? Like, why are you telling our business to people? I'm getting help. Like, I am getting help. But that has always been a thing, because the common thing in Black households, like that was even told to me at one point. You don't need therapy. You just need to bring it to God.
Mm.
Okay, but I did that, and I'm still not good. So like,
That's right. You need both.
like
We all need both.
Sister Jackson, go ahead, my
Yeah.
sister.
No, I was gonna say when you were talking about the oppressor, because I love the scripture that talks about envieth not thine oppressor and take on none of his ways. That's in Proverbs. And like you said, we take on some of our oppressor's ways and do things that are not characteristic of who we are. So I look forward to seeing what actually is gonna happen in the days to come following Tamura's death. And to me, I found it odd, but I'm sure anything is possible. But they say he shot himself in the chest. That was a big old gun. So Joe, you know more about that type of stuff. I'm sure it could have been possible, but it's just I don't know. It seems crazy. And I don't think he just randomly walked into that building out of nowhere and drove, like you said, that far to just go randomly into that building. I think he was just straight up on a mission. Something happened.
I mean, PTSD and trauma is real. And Brother
Absolutely.
Sean and Brother Bowtie, you know, it saddened me. As soon as I saw the picture, my heart literally went to my shoes. I could care less who it is, but then when it happens to be somebody who really looks like me, then I know once again it's open season on us then. Because just like a video I saw a few days ago, there was a sinkhole in the city, and this young
North
brother
Carolina.
just ran over the sinkhole.
Mhm.
And yeah, in Carolina. And the young brother said, "Hey man, look at the sinkhole, look at the sinkhole." So he took it on himself. There was some barricades, probably from another street construction site. He barricaded the road. So this Caucasian man with a very nice Dodge truck, brand new look like, was coming down, and he's waving frantically, talking about, "Man, don't go down this road, don't go down this road." And sure enough, the guy hits the sinkhole and almost sunk his trunk all the way into the hole. The white man comes out and says the following, and this has went viral. "I see a person like you waving at me. I forgot how he put it, but Bowtie, you saw the video.
I see people of your skin color.
I see people of your skin color waving at me.
It's not a good sign.
It's not a good sign. So that's why I didn't stop, because I thought you were trying to do something malicious to me." What happened was, brother,
Not Joe.
you lost and if I'm correct, that looked like a diesel or a raised truck or an I promise you that truck was at least 51.
It was a nice truck. It had
It
to
was
be about
51
$100,000.
plus $1,000 truck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. Go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
So we are world travel people. I don't know a bunch of languages, but universally, anywhere I go, if I see this, what you
That's
gonna
right.
do? If I see
Stop.
this,
Stop.
anywhere.
Look around.
Right.
Slow
Danger.
down. Yeah.
Hold on. Here's the crazy thing. That brother could have been warning that man that there was some people down there, black, brown, blue, green,
White.
with antennas on their head, white, whatever, who were about to hurt him. Don't go down there. Don't do that way. No. There could have been a bomb getting ready to blow up down there. But because this man, and the way he said it, it sounded so emboldened. When I
Mm-hmm.
see people are
Oh, he
young,
said it with confidence.
Wow.
But
he said
Joe,
it as if this is ingrained in me not to trust black and brown folks.
Yep.
Go ahead, Sean.
you know what it's like in the hospital world? If a person that's not black come in there with an injury or something, and we're trying to help them in the hospital capacity, and they don't want to get the help.
Right.
So even you rather die than to let one of us treat you for your injury. You would
And
rather
I've seen that.
die.
Yeah.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
Clayton Bixby.
I've seen it. I've seen it. Hey,
Right.
you know, and it's sad. 23 minutes past the hour. It is completely saddening to understand that some folks have it ingrained in them that there's nothing good that comes out of us.
Yeah.
And then before I even get into how they feel about us, sometimes how we feel about us. So,
You know, Joe.
we got. Go ahead, brother Bowtie. Talk to me. Talk to me now. Talk to me.
You know what, Joe? As I'm listening to you, and I was thinking about the situation that happened yesterday with the shooter, and the math ain't math with me at that. But I was wondering, Larry, just morning I was up around like 4 o'clock. I just couldn't sleep. So when I can't sleep, I always get on a computer and study and research stuff. And I said, what would it be like for African Americans? I'm not talking about all Americans, African Americans to develop their own country in America. Let's just say we take over the South. We have 5 or 6 states in the South. And I said, would we survive? So I started doing research. And Joe, do you know if we start our own country, I'm talking about African Americans, I think it's like something like 32.8 million of us here. We would still be the number 19th most richest country in the world based off our spending.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we spend trillions of dollars. We're one ethnic background in the United States that spends a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
Like we spend more money than white America actually. But I said, how would the laws and how would everything be? And I read something on ChatGPT. It says black people without any Martin influence or any other race influence often get along just as well with no, I think it said no violence, with crime rate as low as 20%. Um, they have their own they develop their own agriculture. Pretty much we do everything, we'll survive just fine. And I say, damn, but will it happen? And it won't happen because it'll be hard to convince some people like, hey, we create our own system. You know, it's just like us trying to convince somebody to respect the law.
Listen, Bowtie. They too tethered to the colonizer. They too
Mhm.
Yeah.
tethered to the oppressor. We are too. Listen, we did what you just asked. You asked, what if we did it? We did it. It's called Haiti. It's called,
Mhm.
and you see what they did to Haiti. See,
Mhm.
we've done this. There's nothing new under the sun. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Sean.
Let me
Go ahead.
let me tell you why. Let me tell you why it wouldn't work. My friends and I hypothesize this all the time. Who gonna do the plumbing, the plumbing work? Who gonna do the
Right.
trash work?
Right,
Who gonna
right,
do the
right.
agriculture out there
Yeah,
in that sun?
hold
They
on,
with
Sean.
them
You're right.
animals.
Oh, we
Too
all
many of
want to
us feel like,
live in
man,
the
I ain't
big
doing that.
house. Hold it. We all want to live in the big house, drive the big car, be the big man and the big woman, be on the Louis, the Gucci, and bling blinging. But who gonna do the work that
The
needs to be done?
infrastructure, the actual
Who
infrastructure.
gonna do the infrastructure work? Because guess what? We don't want to get our hands dirty.
Mm.
Now,
Yeah, but when you look at that, you know, you got to look at Captain Touré, what he's going through from
Ooh.
Burkina Faso.
Yes. Ibrahim
Do you
Traoré.
see?
Yes.
Did you see what he's doing when he got rid of France? He said, "No, this is what we gonna do." So he gave
right,
his
Yeah.
people jobs and say, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do for our people." So I
right.
think it has to be a majority mindset to say we want to do
Hey,
better,
and
or
I
we
agree
need
with
a
you, brother.
leader to say,
Hey,
"Okay, this is what we gonna do to make ourselves better."
and brother
Yeah.
If you don't
Bowtie.
want to do better, go to another country.
Hey, brother Bowtie, and look what I just sent Jax some things about that. Every one of our leaders who ever elevated our mindset to another place, they are now also themselves
In another
with
place.
with the
Yeah.
ancestors,
That's right.
because the colonizer and the oppressor said, "Oh no, this freedom will come at a cost of assassination." And they justified the assassination by saying these are some radical countries that have formed against us to fight our ideology. You got to understand something. When you start forming an ideology that goes against the grain of the oppressor and the colonists, you best be prepared for that game we used to play, I declare war, because they're gonna send us to get us.
That's
Look
right.
at King, look at Malcolm, look at Medgar Evers. I can give you a list of folks. Look at Huey Newton. I can give you a list of folks. And not let me go into those who I just mentioned, the one that some of us know. I sent Jax, didn't I send you that video
Yeah.
of the individuals who are over in our motherland
Yeah.
that the colonizers have assassinated, got killed, taken out the game because they begin to free the mind of their people? That why are we letting these folks run us in our own country? This is
Exactly.
our home.
Yeah.
They ain't letting
Yep.
us go to England and run them. So why are we letting them come here and run us?
That's right. And you know what? And that's what I love about like Brother Bowtie said about Ibrahim Traore. He's so dope. He is crushing the game over in Burkina Faso. And you know that they're gonna try to get him next because he
yeah.
is such a revolutionary and he's about our people. He's training them up in, carpentry and building houses and all of that kind of stuff. But I think what happens is we have the capacity to have our own because we've done it before, right? But what happens? It gets flooded out, it gets burnt out, it gets destroyed. So we have to go back to those old principles that everybody says the old stuff doesn't work. Because apparently the old stuff worked enough for us to get what we had, but now we've given up, right? So it makes me think about back in, it was around 1851, it was a physician, Samuel Cartwright, and he put something out there called drapetomania. And he identified it as a mental illness in terms of why would a slave ever want to run away? And if a slave has the mentality that I want to run away, now they're diagnosing them as having a mental illness, which is so sick to me, right? So we all get caught up in that same psyche, in that cycle, and think that we'll never be free. We should never try to run away. And then the torture that they put upon those slaves that did try to run away was insane. Go ahead, Joe.
Hold it. And we got to really sit here and be real with one another. The sad thing about it is nobody understands economics or economic wealth building. I always laugh at folks when I talk to people who are HVAC technicians. I have a very good friend, one of our frat brothers, Brother Bowtie, is an HVAC technician. You know him well. He's the Universal Grand Patron. Keys, Brother Keys. Brother Keys is wealthy beyond most folks' imagination. Now, I don't know if Brother Keys has a 4-year degree or not, but I do know he has an HVAC certification, and that brother is killing it in Chicago, working on some of the most biggest, largest apartment complexes and businesses HVAC system. And he is literally probably $250,000, if not more, strong a year in income doing that. We've got to understand education is key, but also trades are key. Also, there are cats out there welding. I got a good friend that is a welder. He makes about $300,000 to $400,000 a year. I don't make that.
Yeah.
And mind you, I'm getting ready. It is 25, 26. In 27, I will have, when I turn 60 years old, I'll be walking across the stage to get my PhD. And I ain't making $400,000 a year. So let us not negate those who work with their hands. Let us not negate those who are mechanics. Diesel mechanics come out the gate making anywhere from $150,000 to $225,000 a year.
Yeah.
Let us not negate that. There are folks out there who did not go get a 4-year degree, did not get a postgraduate degree, and they are making more money than you. There are guys working offshore making $100,000 a year, easy, blinking their eyes, doing 2 weeks offshore, 2 weeks back on land, and blinking their eyes. And they not engineers. They not great. Some of them are just what they call them, roustabouts. Roustabouts are walking away with, and that's just guys who are just moving stuff from here to there.
Some of it don't even have a high school diploma.
Come on, and they walking around with $125,000, $150,000. And now, is it a dangerous job? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Working offshore is dangerous. However, guess what? No risk, no reward. I said I said.
And you know what, Joe? The crazy part about it is even the way my crazy ass women think sometimes they would overlook some of those good guys doing those type of jobs because they want either the hood booger on the street hustling and gangbanging, or they or they want
Or
the
they just
brother
want to
the brother all suited and booted and thinking that he's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you got your little handyman that be
I'm gonna
crushing
show
the
you something,
game.
Jax.
Yep.
See, ladies, the shoe you want to see, a work boot.
Yeah.
Mm.
Exactly.
Y'all worry about Jordans and
Exactly.
all that. A work boot.
Yep.
That's what you want to
Yep.
see. Boot. You feel what
That's
I'm
right.
saying? That's
That's
where
right.
it's at,
You know,
man.
it's yeah, it's funny. I had a conversation with my daughter the other day. We were actually at the Sabbath, and we were talking to another young man that goes to another church or whatever, right? But still part of us. And he's my daughter's age, and you know we don't believe in boyfriend girlfriend and stuff like that. We believe in trying to follow the Bible, try to remain a virgin till you're married. Go through the courting process and all that kind of stuff. Now she's a kid, like she's gonna do what she's gonna do ultimately, but this is still what I've always taught my children. So the young man was saying how he is HVAC. He didn't want to go away to college because he didn't want all that temptation, with women and all the craziness. Because he was like, look, our generation is messed up. So he's following the Most High and he's doing his thing and got his HVAC license and is doing it right. And so I was saying to Olivia, ultimately, I said you could choose a hard life or you can choose a easy life ultimately, right? So when you try to follow eventually a man that follows the Most High, it might seem to the outside world as a hard life, but it's a much easier life sometimes than following a brother that's just of the world that, maybe nice looking, got a bunch of money and all this kind of stuff. It's not all about that. You rather follow a brother is about his father's business. And if his father's business comes with some work boots attached to it, guess what? That brother may be better than the one that's working on Wall Street because he's about his
Because the
father's
truth
business.
about it is, folks don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Listen,
Yeah.
and I'm not trying to categorize anybody, but women and men,
Mhm.
let me say this again, women and men need to assess who they are going to, quote unquote, let me use the words of Keanu Sade Anderson, my lovely,
Uh,
beautiful daughter, who happens to be the mother of my first grandchild. You need to make sure you know who you lay with before you lay with them.
that's right. Prove a
Because
friend,
here's the
Joe.
deal. A person might look a certain way, they might project themselves a certain way, but behind closed doors, they might be whooping your tail.
That's
So
right.
once again, a lot of y'all see these ladies and y'all always wanting to be like these social media divas. Some of you guys want to be like these social media ballers. Man, I literally with a project I'm working on, I had to scratch my head because when I was editing some audio and looking at some of the video footage, I was literally appalled how some of these sisters will come at a man. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's a grown man. How you coming at that man with a skillet like that, and then you
Mhm.
bust him upside his head? But here's what was crazy. I literally watched it. I ain't gonna name the name of the show I'm working on, but I literally watched the sister go bip and then tripped out when the response was pop.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like bip pop. It was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then call the police. He hit me. What?
Yeah.
Hold it. Did you negate it? You just put a
Mhm.
skillet upside this brother's head.
Mm-mm.
See, hold it. That wasn't no play skillet. That was one of them old
The
school
old
Cast
cast
iron.
iron.
Cast
black
iron.
cast iron skillet.
What the
Hold
black
it.
ones? Yep.
The one that
Right.
for sure gonna put you in the trauma.
Hold on.
Shut
When
up.
she hit, I know that was reflex action because at first I was like, well, this is just acting. No, I watched it slow motion. No, bro, you got
Dang.
hit with a skillet. And then the crazy thing is, come to find out, because I'm still doing editing, did I get a little special note? Well, you might need to edit that out because the brother had to get 15 stitches in his head.
Dang.
So you bust a man upside the head with the
Whew.
skillet. His reaction is built, and you say, call the police. He done hit me.
Yep. And see, that's why I always tell these young girls, stop play fighting with these little boys. I mean, you got grown women that like to play. I can't front. When I was little, I used to like to play fight too. Growing up with my brothers and cousins, I was just like a little roughneck. So I had to learn, like, you cannot play fight with no grown ass man or no teenage boy because the minute they you tackle them the wrong way, they knock you upside your damn head.
That
So you
hurts.
have to be careful. These little girls are out of control.
Hold it. That hurts. Understand? Hold it. I was really tripping out when we were looking at some stats yesterday. I have really tripped out in how in major crimes
Hmm.
and homicides, there is a rise of women who are organized in crimes that the crime boss ain't the man no more.
Oh
It's
yeah,
the sister there talking about move them keys.
yeah.
It's a sister out there, right? And there's a sister out there right now doing this number. Get out there and get my money. Forget the
Mhm.
Black
dude.
Widow.
Y'all used to be like, man, look at forget Superfly to become Superfly it. Get out
Yeah.
there on them streets
But
and
you
get
know
my
what?
money.
Even here in the city of Newark and a lot of other urban epicenters, a lot of the crimes that go on, many times, guess what? A sister set it up. So she set up the boy to get robbed, the dope boy to get robbed by some other dude, but it's always a sister involved. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Always a sister involved, somehow, some way, shape, or form. So we got to do better, sisters.
We are
I
broadcasting
love
live on
that.
Facebook Live. We are
Mhm.
on Instagram. We are on we're on YouTube. I was like, where we at? We on a lot of spaces. We also gonna be broadcasting live on Twitch. All simultaneously. We're gonna be on Twitch. We're gonna be on Twitter. We're gonna be on TikTok, all that good stuff. So welcome to hashtag Truth Be Told. It is 38 minutes past the hour. You see it, Sister Jax, Brother Bowtie, Sister Alethea, Sean P with the Sean P experience. Listen, everybody got something going on. And once again, we want to take time out right here as we go down to the last 20 minutes of the show. To all my people in New York City, to all my people affected by this senseless gun violence. And this is what got broadcasted. In major cities, just like Jack said, there was something that happened right in Jax's city, right around the corner from Jax. It didn't make CNN, MSNBC. There are acts of violence that are going on daily that don't make national news. This
Mhm.
one did. Go ahead, Sean.
Did you see that person at Walmart that went in there and stabbed like 11 people at
Yes.
Walmart?
Come on. Come on.
I
That
was
was
just about
crazy.
to I was
This
just
like
about to
days
speak
ago.
on that.
Come on.
Yeah.
This is days ago. They went in there and stabbed 11 people, dog.
Mhm.
Random
on.
And
stabbing.
then you know what's missing out, Brother Sean P? And this is what they not showing on the news. Who was the superhero behind that?
Right. The brother
Yeah.
who pulled the gun out, in the parking lot. See, once
Mm-hmm.
again, sadly, and I know right now there's a lot going on in media. Folks who are in media, as I am in media, understand the attack on especially Black and brown media, not to tell our stories, not to tell our truths, not to tell us about our superheroes, but to always paint us as the villain.
Yeah.
And then right now, what I'm really talking about, and somebody gonna get mad at me when I talk about this, is the right side of what I call the evangelical attack against Black and brown folks. That right now, if you don't worship white Jesus the way we tell you to worship white Jesus, if you start telling the truth about spirituality, not about religion,
Mhm.
but about spirituality, you are now an enemy of the state. Because like I told you, this weekend, I literally got jumped over God.
Mm.
I got told, if you're a Democrat, there ain't no way
Mhm.
that you can love God. And I'm like, what does my political affiliation got to do with loving God?
Mhm.
And then I said, better yet, what does my political affiliation have with God loving me? So when I flip the thing, see, once again, when you're a Padawan messing with a Jedi, your saber ain't fast enough. Because by the time you pull your saber out in the Force, I done already put my saber back up because the fight is over. You got to understand, you pulling your saber out, not understanding, I'm putting my saber back in because I'm just that fast in the Force. So when the young Padawan said, since there's only 7 of us here,
Mhm.
and out of the 7, there's only one that's got a target on his back because white man done whispered in my ear and said, see that old gray-haired brother over there with the bow tie on that look kind of clean? We tried to bring him to the dark side, but it didn't work. So go over there, young Sif, and eat his ass up. And when he came and hit me, and I looked at him in love and said, hold up, brother. These ain't the droids you looking for. These ain't the droids you're looking for. First of all, let's get something real clear here. Let's talk about the behavior and let's not talk about the person, because Jesus, God, with his melanin self, never addressed the person, but he always addressed the behavior. So let's address the behavior. Sin ain't good no matter who doing it. And guess what? There's a lot of sinful white folks who are Republican. I'm just saying. And they
But
deserve
mhm,
forgiveness. They
mhm,
deserve love. And they deserve everything that the word of God says that they can have, because God has no respect of person. So you can't tell me the same way hold it. Let me understand this. Same slave master that whooped me, told me go pick cotton. All of a sudden I rise up. You want me to have mercy on him, but you don't want to have mercy on Emmett Till because he supposedly ain't proved, supposedly whistled at a white woman. We don't have mercy on Emmett Till. We beat him, we hang him,
And
we
he won't.
burn him, we do him dirty. But
mhm,
hold on. You did all this stuff to me. Now, as they say, it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. When I get the
Mhm.
gun, you want me to have mercy. Have
mhm,
mercy, old rabbit. Have mercy. Have
mhm.
mercy.
Yeah,
Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. But guess what? Yes, you deserve the same mercy that should have been given to me. It is then this great thing that we call choice that was given to me by the Most High that I have to choose. Do I give you mercy, or do I say F you and treat you the way you treated me?
that's right.
And guess
But
what?
wait,
I have to deal
mhm,
with the consequences of my choices. So
mhm.
once again, Jesus came and addressed behavior. That's why I know Jesus was a black man. That's why I
Mhm.
know he was a black man. That's
Look,
why that when they
Hulk Hogan know he a black man too. Y'all
hold
saw
hold it,
those
Yeah.
memes over the
hold it.
weekend.
And I ain't
Y'all
even
them
going, I
memes
ain't
cracked me
hold it.
up.
And Alethea, I'm glad you addressed that situation. But that's why I know they crucified them between two thieves. They ain't gonna crucify no white person and put them between two
Exactly.
thieves. You know,
Exactly.
Mhm.
they ain't
But
gonna put it.
yeah.
And hold it. And the two thieves were black. So hold on.
Mhm,
So in other words, they had a whole black crucifixion, but they ain't gonna tell you that.
yeah,
So
exactly.
so so at the end of the day, that's the point. That's the point. That's the point. Come on, man. Wake up
Joe,
and
you
let's
better
get
break that
real.
down, Joe. You better break
You
it
know
down
I
because
got one, Joe. Joe, I got one for you.
Come on.
I don't know if you ever listened to the battle rap, and there's a battle rap. I think his name is Geechee. It might be. I might probably saying the same wrong name, but his whole base of his battle rap was, "Do you know how I know Jesus was black?" And then he'll say something, right? But what stood out to me that he did a verse after it because it started offending the audience, so they had paused him like, "Nah, man, you're going too far with religion." So afterwards, he did it to prove a point, and he said
Oh,
this. Hold on, you gonna like this? This one. He said, "You want to know how I know Jesus was black? Despite how good he was, they made him look bad in front of people."
hmm.
mm,
Hmm.
mm,
I feel
that's
like we the
right.
Brady Bunch. I'm sorry, Elijah. You've been there the
Elijah,
whole
I was just
time.
about to do your I was about to do your sports talk,
Elijah
man.
was there the
Elijah
whole
done took
time,
a
but
nap.
Elijah, sadly, I forgot to scroll down because it's like the Brady Bunch. I said, wait a minute. Elijah just sent me a hold up. Ladies and gentlemen, he been there for the last 15 minutes just listening. Yeah,
I was
hey,
I was in there when Joe told. First of all, good morning, everybody. But I
Good
was in
morning.
there when Joe told. He was like, "Brother Bowtie, y'all got a line, brother." I was in here barking. 'Cause I thought you were gonna say my name.
Shut
But
up.
you went to somebody else. You said somebody else's name. That made me mad. I thought I was a part of the clique here.
Said, woo,
I
woo.
thought I was a part of the clique. I was in here barking. But
Dang.
I
no,
forgot to ask you that, Elijah. Elijah, are you Greek? Are you Greek or Masonic? I never asked you. So okay, you better watch out. Barking like that,
Yeah,
boy.
watch
Ricky
out.
Smiley will come up in this mug with some of his people, boy, and I have to get him and Shaq off your ass.
no, but I got one before we even get started with because it's not really about sports, it's about the news, and it's really about what y'all just talking about with the shooting with the
Prime,
cops.
come on, hit me with Prime. I
But
need to hear the hallelujah of Prime. But
but
go ahead.
oh yeah, Prime too. So first, my dad told me that Alethea, Jax, Sean, you wasn't here yesterday. My dad is gonna fill in for me on Monday. I'm gonna be home, but my dad's
Woo!
gonna sit down in this chair. He's gonna fill in. My dad and mom. Let me say that. So he told me to tell y'all get y'all popcorn ready
Oh,
because you ain't
That's
never
what
shoot.
I'm
seen nothing
saying.
like it.
Oh,
You ain't
shoot.
never seen
No,
nothing like
The
hey, tell
envelope
him come
fall
here.
apart.
Hey,
it.
you better tell him who I am, man. Tell him come here.
But yeah, Dion cured of bladder cancer. We like that. We seen that yesterday. You know, he wrote his will and things of that nature. We were happy for that. But I was gonna go to that New York shooting because him shooting the cops and everything happened. He blended on CTE because he played in high school football. Now, something that's been going on for a while. No parents are saying, "Hey, I don't want my kids to play football" or something like that because of the mental issues that it could bring. So I want to know what you guys. I mean, I know you guys have kids. If I don't, I'm sorry if I put that on you. How do you feel? How do you feel about letting your son play sports, or if your daughter does play sports?
I have two sons. I have a 21-year-old and a 19-year-old. When I was younger, I introduced them to football. I mean, when they was younger, my oldest son, he had played football pee-wee when he was 5 years old, and he was a genius. He was a nerd. Like he was walking at 5 months. So we knew football wasn't for him. We just knew that his brain was occupying at a whole nother level. But however, when he got in ninth grade, he said, "Daddy, I want to play football." So my rule was don't start nothing, don't finish it. So he played ninth to 12th grade. He was good. But he told me in 11th grade, "Hey, Daddy, I listen to you. I know I can't quit. So I'm gonna finish 12th grade, but at the high school, don't think about me going to college to play college football." And I said, "All right, I can respect that." My youngest son, he played football 1 year in high school, and he said it wasn't for him, and it wasn't more for him because what he got out of it was half of the team was trying to play football just to get girls or buff themselves up for girls, stuff like that. And he felt as if like he didn't need that confidence boost to get women. However, though, CTE is a real thing, but at the same time, I'm trying to figure out, is it something new that they doing with the equipments? Because I played football from like 6 years old all the way to around like 16 years old. That's 10 years. And only thing that I ever suffered with were just ankles and knee injuries. Never no CTE. Like nothing really destroyed my brain. So I'm trying to figure out, is they doing something different with the helmets now or with the pads? Are they making them a lot more harder? Like, so that would be
Yeah.
my end of it.
Yeah, no, it's interesting.
And
So for
also,
me, my son, I had my son try football last year, and it's funny because on the podcast, Joe, remember we were having conversation about that, like basically don't make your kid do it if he don't want to do it. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna try to make him do it and see if he, how he fares, and just to have that experience. So he did it last year. He enjoyed it, but this year, his new school, they sent him the preseason, like be here for preseason football. He was like, "Nah, I'm good." So he's not doing it again. But he does track and he's about to get into golf. He does tennis, soccer, basketball. So but yeah, my son, like you, brother Bowtie, he's definitely more cerebral. So he
Mhm.
enjoys sports, but he's not like, yo, he's gonna be good. That boy going somewhere. That ain't him.
Mhm.
But academically and cerebrally, like he's a dope kid. So my daughter, she runs track and stuff like that. So football was definitely off the table.
So
But yeah.
let's ask Sister Alethea, especially since she got a grandson there. Sister
Oh
Alethea,
my God, yes.
if the little cute one wanted to play football, what would be your philosophy in that? I seen him. What up, little man? All that hair.
I probably would not like even though my like sons played, there was a lot of injury
Mm.
and people don't play fair no more. Like sometimes their intention is to hurt you.
Yeah.
Their intention is to injure you. Like they're not trying to play the like game anymore. Like they want to hurt you, and I don't think I'd be willing to let my like grandchild do that.
Mhm.
Because I be that type of grandma. I'm going on the field. Which one of y'all?
Yeah, being somebody's kid.
Which one of y'all nappy headed then hit my grandbaby
Hey,
because
hey,
mine's going down.
hey,
Yeah.
folks, listen, I'm 58 and I'm sure I'm the eldest of all of us. But I always tell people this story endearingly, and I have no problem with it. People who know my mother, God rest her soul, Earlene Anderson, can remember. I used to play football. I was a track star. My game was baseball and my game was track. That's what I did. I was fast. I played center field, had a hell of an arm, could gun you out from the track at center field all the way to home plate. All of a sudden, one of my football coaches, because I was fast, said, "Hey man, I know you good with baseball. Let's see, can you catch a football?" So they threw it. I caught the football. He said, "Man, you make a hell of a receiver." He said, it ain't that bad. He said, as fast as you are, ain't nobody gonna touch you. And he kind of had me convinced like that until we played one game. And the little free safety said, okay, we sick and tired of seeing the little fast dude catch the ball and dart out to because I will quit and hit the sidelines out of bounds because you ain't gonna hit me out of bounds. Oh, instead of turning me out, he turned me in. And oh, that free safety, when he grabbed my legs and picked me up and held me and waited till that other guy came and said,
dang, Joe.
that hit.
Lights out.
I got up, took my helmet off. People at my high school still laugh about this. And pointed in middle of the game to the gate. Because that's where I walked to. And mama meet me at the gate.
Meet me at the
you
car.
Ain't never going to put your hands on me like that. And the next day at school, people were like, hey, man, you all right? Don't talk to me. Do not talk to me. Do not talk to me.
Joe
Luckily, I was a pretty popular little kid because folks were like, hey, bro, it was just don't talk to me. No, sir. And the football coach said, now, everybody back home call me Joey. Now, Joey, do not talk to me. Be exact. Give me the mascot uniform. I'll be the mascot at the game. I damn sure ain't go out there and get hit like that. And people will tell you, that's what I wound up doing. I was being a mascot. I didn't mind put me in the Eagle uniform because you ain't gonna put me in no football uniform. I screwed that. That was a lick from hell. I was like, yep. Fly, Eagles, fly.
You was the best damn mascot they ever had.
So I check in with. It's funny you say that. I check in with Kara's nephews all the time, and I check in with mine, of course. But so I checked in with him yesterday. He has two funny stories I got to tell. So the first one yesterday, I called him. I go, man, you didn't call me and tell me how first day of school went because South Carolina's back in school. He was like, man, it went well. I said, are you playing football? He said, no, I went back to flag football. I said, why are you not playing tackle football? He said, because I got body slammed. I said, you know that happens, right? He goes, yeah, I'm just going to stick to flag and playing basketball. I don't want to play football no more. But last year, this was the funniest thing he ever told me. So last year, he was in the tackle football, and they made it all the way to the championship game and lost. So Kara asked her nephew, she goes, why did you like playing football? He said, yeah, but I didn't like doing push-ups. And she was like, why you don't like doing push-ups? She said, because it's too hard. Like, I don't like doing all that. And Kara goes, well, you have to work hard to win a championship. He said, so why are we losing the championship game then? I said, well, he does got a point.
You ain't doing no push-ups.
Hold on.
She was looking at me like, Elijah, help. I'm like, I don't know about that one. He ain't lying about that. But it's up and down, though, because I do have a niece that she wants to play tackle football. I actually she sent me a picture the other day of her uniform, and I'm up and down about it. I mean, but her father love it, and if she wants to do it, I'm cool with that. But like, she is
man.
That's what's up.
Tackle football is not no joke. I did it for 2 games of a season because I called myself wanting to play tackle football.
Did you put a lick on somebody? At least tell the truth. You put a lick on somebody, didn't you?
I did, because that is a great way to that is anger management for real. But and they made me a linebacker, and I was like, ooh, I get to hit people with no penalties. Like, I can just hit them. Like, oh, okay. But that it is not for the weak or for the faint of heart, because when that whistle blow and you see people just coming at you and you gotta go at them, it's like, whoo, it's something serious.
If
I could have played, I would have played. You know what? I had gone to New Orleans. My girlfriend Colette, she's the first female coach in the NFL, African American female coach in the NFL. So she had to coach in New Orleans at the what is the team, Joe? New Orleans Saints. At their practice facility. So it's called Women World Games. So I went out to New Orleans with her and stayed for a week, and she had to coach these women from around the world in football. And I was on the sideline the whole time, like, damn it, I wish I had some pads or whatever, because I would love to get out there because I'm aggressive and like strong. And I would
you would have been Dion.
Yeah, right. I'm telling you, I would love to be out there, but I mean, I'm trying to be a lady now and trying to
Is
soften it up,
is
so I can't do
is
that
a
stuff yet.
rush. It
Yeah.
it is a definite rush, and when you realize that you hit somebody and knock them down, man, I felt like, "Argh, let
Yeah.
me hit him
Yeah.
again."
Yeah, that's got me souped up.
It was
It,
like,
it, it, it really it really
yeah,
becomes an addiction. Like once you hit
yeah.
someone,
Yeah.
it's like I want to
It
do it
was like,
again.
what?
And
Come
you
on, let
know
me
it's
get somebody
crazy,
else.
Alita. You said something earlier, but it's like a rites of passage. Like when you play football, I play offense and defense, but I used to love to play defense. When you knock somebody out the game, that's like an MVP trophy for you.
Oh yeah.
And I know as a parent you don't like it because my son got hurt one time too, like in high school. And I was like, I'm about to jump the gate. And immediately he looked over, he's still on the ground. He looked over and found me and said, "Hey, I'm all right. Stay over
Oh.
there." But it's the rites of passage. And I think us just young men playing football is considered our only rites of passage that we have here culturally. You know, like, are you man enough to play this sport? Are you man enough to go through some of these physical things? Are you man enough to get yourself in shape and prove how strong you is? You know, and oftentimes that's the only place that we can actually most of the time respect each other with aggression. You know, I
Right.
could slam you and get up and still help you up, you know,
That's
or
right.
you could play the football game. We could try to kill each other for a whole 45 minutes or 30 minutes and then afterwards shake each other hand like, man, you almost scored on me and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it is a dangerous game. Very,
You,
very dangerous game.
you
Yes,
know,
Very
For
so
violent
sure.
game.
And
so
look,
oh,
I was that mama because when my son played football, everybody knew me because you hit my baby. I was coming on the
You was
field.
one of them.
My son was like, "Mama, stop because you making me shame. Just sit down and watch me play.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
watch me play and shut up."
go
Oh,
ahead,
poor
Sean. Go
thing.
ahead, Sean.
I gotta say for myself, I was a lifelong basketball guy, right? From fourth grade to my late 20s, I played basketball more than anything. I would say that sports totally changed and saved my life. In my
Yeah.
time being a counselor of young men, I would always tell parents, put your children in sports. Now, as far as the football specifically, that's pretty dangerous and kind of tricky, but like all the other sports, put your children in sports, especially young guys with no male figures in their life, no father
Yeah.
figures, no uncles and big brothers. Let them be around testosterone. Let them be around other men that walk, talk, and think and emote like men. That's lifelong lessons, man. So I think
Right,
Absolutely.
right.
sports in general got to be in sports.
And
Yeah.
I agree with that,
So
Sean. I'm not gonna lie to you because I hated track. I hated track. I feel like you just running for no reason. I didn't like it. I did not like it. My dad always say that's the cousin of football, so you want to stay in
that's the
shape.
core. That's the core.
That's the core.
That's the core, Elijah. You know, when I ran track, track made me the best baseball player, one of the best baseball players in the state of Tennessee. Not because I could hit the ball. So if I got on first base, I'm seeing you. I'm at third before you could blink your eye. And here's what I found out when they put me, because they first put me in left field, and then so the coach said, let me put him in center field. And a few times the left fielder and the right fielder said, man, if you come over in my territory one more time and catch a ball, I'm going, because that's how fast I was. As soon as the ball came out, I'm what? Let's go. You know, so I'll say the following. Find what it is that you love and pursue it with passion, whatever it is. And guess what? Let us not criticize those that pursue certain things with passion that we don't feel like is the norm. Guess what? Everybody can't be the next Dion. And big ups to Dion. Big ups to his testimony. Big ups to him saying, I know there was some folks out there. Dion had already had one big, humongous medical scare when he got his toe amputated. You know, so understand something. These blood clots, I know. I just ruptured my Achilles. It's funny. I have just not even been 6 months. It hasn't been 6 months. It won't be 6 months until August the 28th. August the 28th will be my 6th month, me just coming out of surgery with my Achilles. And I can be very honest. All it takes is one wrong move, one wrong mistake, And
That's
and
right.
and when it comes down to appendages and things of that nature at your far extremities, your hands and your feet, man, if them doctors make one wrong mistake, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be minus something,
Mhm.
minus a foot, minus a leg.
Look,
Because
that's if you wake up, Joe.
that's right. That's if
Right?
you wake up. So a lot of folks don't know when you go under, especially look, I have never had a self-inflicted injury in my whole entire life.
Mhm.
Now I've been wounded. Once again self-inflicted. I haven't had a broken bone or this was my first major injury. And to have that happen in my late 50s with some of the medical issues I had was very dangerous for me to go under the knife. But I
Mhm.
did. So I can understand where Dion is coming from. I now, as I recover from this Achilles injury rupture, I sometimes get a tingling sensation in my foot. And the doctor yesterday told me that's just the nerves coming back. Some will, some won't. You may feel it, you may not. Man, this is not an easy thing. And that's why I have a lot of respect for these athletes because we don't know what they put their bodies through on a
Yeah.
daily basis to entertain us. Once again, Gladiator, are you not yet entertained?
Are you not yet
No,
entertained?
but
Yep.
yeah. I agree with that, Joe. But to get back to the track thing, what Sean P was saying, to be around people, I didn't like track. It was like a 60-40. 60-40, I didn't like it. 40, I did. I'm gonna tell you the 40% why. I did go around and you get to meet a lot of different people. A lot of different people. Some people was playing guitars while they're waiting for their race and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So you get to talk to them and then talk to different schools. Some schools you competed against in football season, and like they were like, oh man, you was this guy, yeah. They, you get a chance to converse with them, and I enjoyed that. And I also now the other part of it was the girls. It was a lot of girls in track. I never would have thought. I was just like, whoa. I'm like, hey now. And then the thing is, we all had the same uniform. So you see me. I know you see me, see you. Like the girls. Hey, look, track wasn't my favorite, but it had its perks though. It had its perks, but you did get to meet a lot of people, and that's what I really liked about track because a lot of people wasn't there just to they really didn't enjoy the sport. Well, I don't think they enjoyed the sport, but we really had a good time, like off besides competing out
Well, family, it's 5 minutes, 5 minutes past the top of the hour. Once again, in the news, 5 dead, including the gunman in a New York City shooting. I don't have all the victims by name. I'm sure that's going to come out soon. We do have this though, and I want to put this out there for a reason. This man right here. Remember that man. Remember his name. Father had a child on the way. Keep his wife in prayer. Once again, he may not have a name that's familiar to you. He might not be Bob, Joe, Tom, but he was a individual who took an oath, said, not on my watch. Put his life on the line that other citizens would not be. So, Brother Islam from the 47th Precinct, New York City Police Department, rest in peace and rest in power, brother. Till we one day all have to make that journey to the other side where we hopefully be at peace and see you again. Just understand life is precious, y'all. Man, all he was doing was a little extra duty. Probably needed the money for his new arrival that was on the way.
Mhm.
There are folk out there just doing their jobs. They not evil folks. They not bad folks. They not folks trying to slam you on the ground. And I know law enforcement officers have bad reputation because some bad apples have made a lot of you feel like all of us are like that. No, some of us are very good people, and all we're doing is try to really protect and serve and get back to our families and do our job and keep it moving. This officer gave the ultimate sacrifice of his life, and for that, he needs to be honored. But we honor him right now, and that's what I got to say about that, y'all. Sadly, what happened at the hand of a melanated person. Start checking on your people and ask them, are they okay?
That's
And if
right.
they look like they're not okay, say it's okay not to be okay and tell them, please don't go out there and do anything stupid.
Mhm.
You know, we've got to be our brothers and our sisters. And we got to be the ones who ask them, are you okay? Or you don't look okay. You don't sound okay. You all right? And stop just making it seem like that's none of my business. Because you'll be the first one on CNN, MSNBC, or ABC, CBS, or NBC talking about, I knew something was wrong.
I just talked to him. Yeah.
That part.
Mental health is real.
Very much
Mental
so.
health is real. So we want to keep all of our friends, all of our family members, even some of us may have some mental health issues or challenges. So we just want to keep everybody covered in prayer, that everybody is well. And I just want to say, I know, Joe, you get ready to close. So I just want to say in closing, love the life you live the life you love. May your reality surpass your dreams. And if nobody told you they love you today, just know that your sister Jax, I love you. Be safe and peace out, y'all.
That part. Come on, Elijah. Give me some closing words. Tell me about the Fitz take, man. Let's get ready to get up out of here.
Yeah, man. So we're about to come back into sports season, so you're going to see a lot more of our podcasts after the slow period is over with. But you can get it on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, everything that you have an audio or listening platform. We are up there live and well. We have our Elijah Bill Davis interview that's doing really well right now. We just want to tell y'all we appreciate the support and just thank y'all again. And I hope you guys continue to have a great day and just talk to somebody. If you're feeling some way about something, just talk to somebody. Talk to somebody. I'm trying to tell you, it'll make everything better.
That part. Sean P with the Sean P experience. Give it to me, Sean. Tell me what you got happening, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Today I have Miss Katie Mitchell with her book, Pros to the People, celebrating the black bookstores all around the U.S., the history of the black bookstores. That'll be today at 5 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on the Sean P Experience on YouTube. Come and check us out. Pros to the People.
That's what I'm talking about. Sister Alethea, Miss CEO of Pimpin' Positivity. Woo, child, you busy, child. But go ahead, give us some closing words and let us. You busy, child. Go ahead.
So we have taken a break on the podcast, but we will be back next week after everything that I have going on kind of dies down. But listen, before you give love to somebody else, give love to yourself, because loving yourself is the most important relationship that you can have. So give love to yourself today and every day. And as always, be great in their face and have a good day on purpose. You're welcome.
Brother Bowtie, my brother from another mother, just like my sisters from another mister. Come on, brother. Give me something.
Got you. What it is, what it ain't, and what we gonna do about it. Let's talk about it and let's do something about it. Brother Bowtie here with a message for the day. Your vision has a purpose. Don't let obstacles make you quit. Big dreams come with challenges. Stay committed, because quitting won't get you there. Persistence will. This is Brother Bowtie, and I'm out. If you wish to support me, follow me at everything Bowtie Untied on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And if you wish to support my business, go to www.brothersbowties.com.
That part. Listen, family, on the behalf of Brother Bowtie, Sister Alethea, Sister Jax, Brother Sean P with the Sean P Experience, and my man Elijah Nixon with sports. We are hashtag Truth Be Told JD Live. Your early morning, get up, wake up. And let me close like I always. Remember, I need you to be better today. For you. And I need you today on purpose. On purpose. Be a blessing somewhere. And no matter what you bless them with, there's no earthly way they could pay you because you completely wanting them to be better. Always remember that there is no secret, absolutely no secret what God can do. What he has done for others, he's willing he can do for you. But when God is with you, nothing or no one can stand against you. Hey, y'all, it's Tell the Truth Tuesday. We hope to see you tomorrow for Work It Out Wednesday. Be blessed. Have a great day. We up out of here. Peace.